Hey YouTube, this is Hot Cocoa. My friends call me Coco. I consider you guys friends, so y'all could call me Coco. But if you're nasty, you could call me Hot Cocoa. And on tonight, we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac, the latest episode, which is episode 7. Now, we start out at the dinner table. The ladies was eating their crabs, having a good, decent time, good conversation. Candace and Giselle, they're a little bit awkward because they have some information in regards to Ashley and Michael. Candace received a text message with Michael being at a strip club, talking to some of the strippers, asking if they wanted to come back to a hotel with him, telling them that he has a boyfriend and a wife, and he's just out there clowning, knowing he's Michael Darby, Ashley Darby's husband from the Housewives of Potomac, still out there clowning for no reason. So they decide to not tell her at dinner. They're going to tell her privately, not in front of the girls. They go back to the house. When they get back to the house, there's a little bug issue, one bug. So it's one bug issue, but Candace got like 8 cans of spray. Where she get all that spray from? I don't know. She must have went to a BJ's or something. But honey, she was prepared. Now Giselle and Candace is waiting for Ashley to put baby Dean to sleep. Monique is frustrated because they're not outside at the bonfire. But I think she's just plain old nosy. But my thing is, if you're nosy, just say, hey girls, I'm nosy. What y'all doing? I want to know, because that's what I would have said. But she goes and rant about etiquette, putting stuff together. We'll get to that later. So Ashley finally comes to Giselle and Candace, received the message that Candace had for her. She received it well. I must say that the baby has changed Ashley tremendously. She has grown up a lot, and she is way more likable, because before she was in everybody's business. So I'm thinking now she got her own business. She's being an adult. She has a whole baby and a whole man baby to take care of. So she's too busy minding her own business. I think it was a very good conversation. You know, it ended well. They joined the group. Monique is still frustrated. Of course. She's like, why I gotta have all these private conversations? Why I can't have group conversations? In real life, that's what people do. We have private conversations. If you in a group of friends, you have a friendship, a different friendship with each person in that group. It's not always equal. Robin and Giselle is like BFF. They're not BFF with the rest of the group. So, hello. And you didn't even see Robin spazzing out. She didn't care. She had a whole man-child at home, too, who just realized he wanted to marry her after 80 years. So, Monique, what's your real issue? You're nosy. I got it. Karen starts spilling her tea about her relationship because she's super drunk and super messy. And is it just me that Karen looks super skinny? Like, she has never looked this skinny before. So I'm a little bit concerned, and I hope that she's doing okay. So now it's the next morning. You know, Giselle leave for New York. The girls, they get around the table and they start discussing about Giselle, why she always having these private conversations, and Now Monique is super frustrated, saying, anything about marriages should not be talked about on camera, period. And the thing about Ashley, she said, listen, this is what they told me. This is what I got to deal with when I go back home. I received the information and I'm going to deal with it accordingly. That wasn't good enough for Monique, because her misplaced anger comes from her own marriage and the rumor that started about this trainer she was supposedly, allegedly with, according to the other girls. So I get what she's saying, but she was too hype. Like, it was so extra that I don't think she was fighting for Ashley. She was fighting for herself, but she couldn't say that. And she wanted to point the finger at Candace because she feels some type of way about Candace inviting Sharice to the events, saying Candace knew her and Sharice had this beef and she did it on purpose. She may have. I don't know. With reality TV, you never know. Now Robin and Wendy, they sticking up for Candace, saying she did it in a respectful way. For, reality TV, she did it in a real respectful way. So Karen said her coochie stinks. And I was just left on the floor because I couldn't believe she said that on television. But she did say she was going to clean it. So that's a good thing. Now you see Wendy gossiping about Karen, about being drunk, what she said. I don't really care for a gossiper. But I guess Wendy's trying to find her place in the group, trying to find her friends. And she has to do these things to find who's going to be her friend or whatever. And I think her and Robin, they get along well. But Robin has loyalty to, everybody else before Wendy. So she should look out for that. So Monique start ranting again about these private conversations towards Candace at the pool. Let it go. Please let it go. It's not that serious. It's your birthday. You're ruining your own birthday. Let it go. They go and show Giselle win an award. She's by herself or with her people or whatever. She's in New York. She won an award. Yay, Giselle. The men have this weird conversation talking about you getting a snip snip and you getting a snip snip. And I don't know, is it going to take away from my toes curling and my eyes going back? Who says that? Like, if I was Monique, I'd be a little bit more concerned about my husband than them having private conversation. Why my husband on television talking about his toes curling and his eyes going back? A little bit too much for me. They sing happy birthday to Monique. Monique give Candace some shade. Candace show up. Miss USA. No, I'm here. So she's still giving shade towards Candace. So Wendy start explaining her relationship with her husband and the in-laws and how rough things were and how much they had to go through with the in-laws, and she's never going to forgive them. And I think that she's entitled to her feelings about that because she's going through it. But I think in time, things can change when you start realizing what's important in life and what's not important. And if they come back with an open heart and open mind, I think Wendy will forgive them and bring them back. So now we have a little competition. The men start imitating the wives, and it was cute until Chris. The big bottle. And you know what he was talking about. Because the bottle was huge. He got on his knees talking about that's Monique. That's inappropriate. You still worried about Candace? You need to worry about your husband. He's inappropriate. Don't do me like that, boo-boo. Don't do hot cocoa like that. No, we don't do that. Not in front of company. So then the people start leaving, saying bye to Monique and Chris. Thank you for your hospitality. Had a great weekend. All that fake stuff. And then now it's time for Candace to say, thank you for having me. And Monique and her mature self play dead. Sleep. And we all knew she wasn't asleep like that. But wasn't she the one talking about having house etiquette? Girl. That's the end of the show. We talked about Michael. And Ashley is going to come out next week. What really happened. And also next week, they talking about this fight. You know how Bravo is. Bravo be lying. It'd be like 3 weeks from now. But they'll show the fight. Because they want us to come back. We're going to come back anyway. We ain't got nothing else to do. So, that's it for today. Thank you for listening to my channel. I'll be back with some more videos because I like watching television. Don't you dare judge me. Because I ain't judging you. And until next time, peace out, son.